Hafþór Júlíus Björnsson versus Dwayne Johnson. Now, that's one fight we all definitely want to see on our screens. The two recently became buds after Bjornsson tweeted at Johnson, and then Johnson replied, suggesting that they both work out together. Today, we put both men in our hypothetical ring to see who's likely to win between these two amazing fighters. As you already know, both men are experienced fighters. So you can bet that they will deliver an epic battle worth every second of your attention. Make sure to stick around till the end of this video, as it promises to be nearly as captivating as a real-life match between these two men. Are you ready for this? Well, let's get straight into it. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the lives and careers of both fighters. Hafþór Júlíus Björnsson, the Mountain. Popularly called the Mountain, 33-year-old Hafþór Júlíus Björnsson, who is also famous for his role in the epic series Game of Thrones, is a former professional strongman. The Mountain clinched the 2018 title for World's Strongest Man, and also went on to win the 2018 and 2019 Arnold Strongman Classic title. Born on the 26th of November 1988 in Akranes, Iceland, Bjornsson began his athletic career as a basketballer for several Division I teams in Iceland. He even went on to play for the Icelandic national team, but unfortunately was forced into early retirement due to recurrent ankle injuries. Consequently, in 2008, Bjornsson started training towards a different goal. And just a few years later, he recorded 9 consecutive wins as Iceland's strongest man. He even went on to become a 5-time Europe's strongest man and broke the record as the first man to win 3 major competitions. By May 2020, Bjornsson began his boxing career by challenging the former deadlift world champion Eddie Hall. Under the guidance of Billy Nelson, Bjornsson learned the fundamentals of the sport. And by 2021, Bjornsson faced Stephen Ward, Simon Valili, and Devon Larratt. Almost 2 years after challenging Eddie Hall, the fight finally happened, and it turned out to be super bloody. Regardless, Bjornsson came out victorious by unanimous decision, leaving him with a record of 2-0 out of his 4 fights, with one of those wins being by TKO. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Popularly known as The Rock, 49-year-old Dwayne Johnson is a professional wrestler and actor. The wrestler was born into a family of professional wrestlers on the 2nd of May, 1972 in Hayward, California, United States. However, unlike his family, The Rock was more interested in football and even played on the 1991 NCAA championship football team at the University of Miami. But unfortunately, his career in the Canadian Football League was cut short due to several injuries, so he turned to wrestling. He made his debut in the World Wrestling Federation as Rocky Maivia in 1996. The name had been a tribute to both his father and grandfather. However, it didn't take much time before he transitioned into the much simpler and now household name, The Rock. As his career in wrestling continued to flourish, The Rock soon found himself on another path as he was courted by Hollywood. And soon, he was doing big things on the big screen. Some of his recent works include Fast and Furious Presents, Hobbs and Shaw, Jumanji, Next Level, Jungle Cruise, Red Notice, and also the DC comic movie Black Adam. Alright, now that we've looked into the careers of both fighters, let's try to weigh the factors. This decision will be based on the following categories: fighting pedigree, physique, skill, and improvisation. And for each of these, we'll be awarding 10 points. Naturally, the fighter with the highest number of points will be declared the winner. Fighting pedigree. On the one hand, we have Hafþór Júlíus Björnsson, who's had just about 2 years of experience as a professional fighter. Then, on the other hand, we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, with about 10 years of wrestling experience. With this level of experience on both ends, it is clear that both fighters have quite impressive records. While Bjornsson has a record of 2-0 in 4 fights, one of those being by knockout, The Rock has won 8 different professional wrestling titles. While these records are quite impressive, we can't look past the fact that Bjornsson may have the upper hand in this fight due to his strength. So for this round, Bjornsson gets 9 points, while The Rock gets 7 points. Physique. When we talk about physique, even a blind man would see the huge gap between both men and how this can be an advantage. The Rock currently stands at about 6 foot 4 inches tall while weighing about 260 pounds. The Mountain, on the other hand, stands at 6 feet 9 inches and weighs about 335 pounds. Clearly, the Mountain has the greater advantage with a height like this that allows him to comfortably tower over The Rock. So, except The Rock is going to use his smaller stature to his advantage, Bjornsson definitely will use his. With that, we can all see that this fight would go either way. So, both fighters get 8 points. Skills. While Bjornsson may be very strong, strength isn't all there is to win a fight, especially with the very little experience he has. The Rock, however, has been in more fights, coupled with the time he spent playing football. It is fair to say that he has the upper hand in this aspect. Bjornsson may come with very powerful punches, but once his body starts to get weak, he'll have nothing else to fight with. On the other hand, The Rock has the speed, so wearing his opponent out may not take too long. What do you think? Who is more advantaged, speed or strength? Let us know in the comments section below. That said, The Rock gets 8 points, while Bjornsson gets 7 points. Improvisation. Many people have their opinion on wrestling, but one thing is certain, wrestlers typically have the ability to endure a lot of beating. So that gives The Rock an advantage here. Bjornsson, on the other hand, is more familiar with lifting and straining, but not hitting. It may not seem like much of a difference till you get into both positions. So, for this round, The Rock wins 7 points, while Bjornsson gets 6 points. The verdict? Before we get into the verdict, it is fair to say that The Rock has no experience in boxing, so he may not have what it takes. But judging on other factors, do you still believe that he can't take on a boxer like Bjornsson? Think about that for a quick minute. But while you're at it, here is our verdict. Based on our categories, this fight will most likely end with a tie, as both men got 30 points each. Obviously, both Hafþór Júlíus Björnsson and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson have what it takes to win this match. But until we see both of them in a ring, we just may never know how this might go down. Keep in mind that these are just points based on the several categories we considered. The fight may end up going down a lot differently than we expected. But as always, may the strongest man win. That said, what do you think? Do you agree with this verdict? Do let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video and would love more content like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the post notification so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.